everyone, this is Cory here on the S24 Sammy show. This is the second episode I've done. In July or June or something like that, my friend Chad and I were here at Sam's house and we did a Madden preview. Well, I'm going to be doing the Madden review today solo. I'm going to be talking about the things that I really liked, how they've improved, and some of the things I may not like. I'm going to go starting off right away with I'm very impressed with Ultimate Team. Ultimate Team has been so much fun right now. The thing that's really got me into it is because I did not get the Hall of Fame edition, so I didn't get all the good players right away. But I had some leftover Microsoft points one day, bought a legendary pack, and what do you know, I get one of the rarest cards in the game, Lawrence Taylor. I played one game with him, like I don't know if I should get rid of him, but I got 300,000 coins out of it, and that made my whole team, and now I'm starting to get addicted to opening packs and all that stuff. It's a fun thing to do. It's so much better than last year's version, because last year you're lucky at the beginning you get an 80 overall, or like a high 80 overall I should say, like in the 85 region. And then throughout the entire year they'd be doing about the same thing. You could barely get any good players. It didn't really get good to the end, so in the long term it wasn't that fun. So Ultimate Team's been a really huge improvement. There's so many more collections to do. You can trade players now, which has been something I've been wanting since the start, because you'd always want someone to trade for, and you can put them on the trade block, and it makes it simple and easy. And then you can also, put them on the auction block and all that stuff. I like the fantasy card editions. When someone does really good, and 1 week they'll do their fantasy card, like Cam Newton week 1, I believe, had one when he threw for 400 yards in the first game. So that was pretty cool. So one of the new things I like also is the camera angles they did with the team play. It's been much better now. It's the regular game mode. I know some people don't like it, and they liked it from last year. Defensively, I can see why, because on defensive controllers it's a little easier, and maybe for the quarterback. But I'm so used to playing like ranked matches or online franchise just in a normal game mode that you can play on a normal camera. I like the presentation in this game. They made it a lot more realistic. Like, my favorite team is the Packers, so when they come out, they do their thing calling out the Super Bowl champion Packers. Some of my friends like Chad and Sam, they're Bears fans, and they have their Bear mascot coming out, Jay Cutler coming out, the flag, it's so much more authentic. That's really all the new things I can really get to. There's communities, which I was skeptical about at first, because they talk, from what I saw, it was all about, like adjusting your sliders or something like that. Then I learned more, it was like, no, it's a lot for team play and head-to-head, where you get a group of people together, you pick the rules you want to be. Say you want to be really hardcore and go 15-minute quarters on all Madden, you can do that. And then we have it set up for where we have 6 quarters, I think on All Pro, kind of like on a basic skill level. So you really have control of everything you want to do in that game. Something I've never played as much before was offline franchise. It wasn't really the new additions that got me into it, besides editing the ratings. Like, if you feel like your quarterback or some player deserves to be a little higher, overall you can do that, which I like. I don't make all my team a 99 overall, because that's just kind of gets boring after a while. But like, say I'll put out my receiver Greg Jenkins, who's a 93, I'll put him up to 95 or 96, maybe I'll put his catching up higher. So it's just, you have a lot more control over your game. The offline franchise has been really great. The dynamic player growth thing is pretty cool, where you'll be clutch. Say I have Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback, he's a clutch player. I'll trust him in a 2-minute situation or something like that. There's really nothing I haven't really, disliked much about this game. I think Madden's been very great. They took a lot of step up. In July, Chad and I barely knew anything about that was going to be coming out for this game. E3 didn't show anything. We basically had to wait till August 30th, which is really the only problem I have with Madden so far, was that we had to wait so long to get it. It was probably because of the NFL lockout, which, sucked, but that's how the way it goes. And really, it's probably one of the best Madden games I've played ever. Because since August 30th, I believe September 30th today, or the 29th, this whole month, that's the only game I have played. I have not played another game. That's how much I have liked it. And I know you're probably like, oh, you're just a freak. Well, yeah, a little bit. But, it's the only game I've played, because it's never happened before. Madden 11 was alright at first, but Madden 12, there's so much to do that I like. It keeps me really busy. And one thing I don't like that they didn't do, there's speculation they're going to be doing the spectating mode for online franchise or anything. They still haven't done that yet. That's something I'm looking forward to. Maybe they'll do in Madden 13. Because, we talked about this before. It sounds like I'm beating a dead horse, but we want to see the Super Bowl in our online franchises, because You know, we like to trash talk each other all the time. You like to see the big plays that happen in the game. It's like watching the actual game because the graphics are pretty realistic. Everyone knows that. Even though the graphics are pretty much about the same from last year, you know, it's about it. A lot of people have been saying they don't like the tackling or something like that. I think it's just fine. There's a lot more. It seems like the defenses are a lot better in the game, especially when I play the computer. You throw a lot more interceptions because of the dynamic player growth. Really, that's about it. Coming up next, I'm going to be having Sam come on here and join me talking about Modern Warfare 3. Probably the game that's going to probably be the most sold game probably ever in Call of Duty history, even in video game history. So that's what's coming up next. Thank you for watching the show, and check out all of our other videos. For Sammy shows, this is Sam. Like I had said before in my last segment, we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare 3. It'll be coming out in about 2 months, or actually really like in a month and a half. But
yeah.
So, well, anyways, Sam, this is probably the most anticipated game of the year, as usual. Modern Warfare games usually get a lot. Actually, just Call of Duty in general gets a lot of popularity. It's one of the best games probably ever made. What are some of the new features coming to Modern Warfare 3 that will make it look better than Black Ops or Modern Warfare 2?
Well, they've added a lot of kill streaks, and I also am looking forward to survival mode.
Okay.
Some of the kill streaks, they have, like, this one's the Assault Strike package. It includes a UAV, care package, a new thing called the IMS. It's the Intelligent Munition System, and it has 4 anti-personnel grenades. It's pretty cool, and Predator missile, sentry gun, airstrike, TAC helicopter.
Yeah. So it's like basically it's like creating your own class, but for kill streaks. It's really cool. Like, because there might be some kill streaks you don't like that they give you in previous games where they just give you a set. Well, now you can just have like your own certain package, which I guess is cool.
And one of my favorites, the AC-130.
Yeah, that's always fun. Yeah, I think there's like over 20 something packs. I can't remember, but there's a lot of packages. This one is all about UAVs. There's ones with EMPs or a Juggernaut. I mean, it's really cool. One thing I'm looking forward to also is survival mode. It's kind of like the answer to like zombies from like Black Ops or stuff like that. I mean, I love zombies. I wish they put it in a Modern Warfare 3 game. That's why I'm not getting rid of Black Ops. But that's the thing though. Modern Warfare games usually don't have that, but that's kind of their answer. Where isn't it kind of like Halo, like Reach's thing, where it's like you survive throughout waves of people?
Yeah, like
I can't remember. Yeah, it's Firefight. It's basically Firefight, but a lot of people, there's probably going to be like Juggernauts coming in eventually. I don't know if that's like everything in Spec Ops, but I know it's like there's a certain part where it's like a survival mode, like zombies, where I don't know if there's like certain rounds or anything, but they haven't given us too much detail yet, even though it's only coming out about a month. But what's one thing that you really like about this though, like just in general?
Probably they have a lot of new weapons too.
Yeah, they do. I think the campaign's going to be pretty cool as usual. I heard it's like, I know people don't always play the campaign right away. A lot of people just go straight to multiplayer or vice versa. But one thing I like is the campaign as usual. They do a great job with it. You fight everywhere now, you know, America's under attack, stuff like that. Everyone knows the story. It's going to be cool. One thing that people have been wondering before a long time ago in the summer is we'd have to pay $5 to play online or anything. Well, what's the story about that?
What it is they have Call of Duty Elite. It gives you a ton of extra features for online and stuff, and you can still play online without that. Yeah. It's just, I recommend getting not just Call of Duty Elite, but the Hardened Edition. It gives you a free year of it, and they have about, I think it was a dozen DLC planned for just the next like 9 months after the game comes out. Yeah. And you'll get that all for free if you get the Elite membership.
Guys, think about how much money you'll save instead of spending for all that DLC. Right. Now, some of it you might not want, but I mean, you do get it all basically for a good price. The Hardened Edition is $99 in tax or whatever. I mean, that's a lot for a video game, but I mean, you're gonna save a lot if you like DLC. Then you're gonna want that. Personally, I'm glad that you don't have to pay like the $5 a month to play online, because that would have made people really angry. Because you already pay if you have an Xbox to play on live. PlayStation 3 owners wouldn't be that worried about it. One thing I'm looking forward to as usual is the multiplayer. I want to see what else they brought into that. I don't think there's any new modes from what I remember. Only thing about that. They have all the maps out though. They're probably going to be at least 10 million new maps by the time the thing comes out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the what one thing do you think they should have added in there that was in previous games, or do you just think they should have been in there?
I don't know. I would have liked if they had new zombies now.
That would have been good. I don't know why. I guess they don't. Modern Warfare 3. I don't know why Modern Warfare games they haven't put it in there. I mean, it'd be cool to fight with your modern weapons instead of in Black Ops where you have weapons from like the 60s and 70s, which was all right.
Yeah.
And then in World at War, you had stuff from World War II. I mean, it was fun and all. You know, getting a Browning and a ray gun was a cool mix. But I mean, they really should add it in there someday. I don't know. This might be the last Modern Warfare game. You never know.
Yeah.
You know, so much stuff goes on. I want to see how this competes with Battlefield 3, because Battlefield 3 does look very good. And they're coming out, I believe Battlefield 3 comes out in October, if I'm not mistaken. That's pretty much the answer for any first-person shooter. Really, there's a lot of first-person shooters coming out. You have Rage, Resistance 3. I know there's another one that's coming out.
Is Resistance 3 for the Xbox?
That's only for PlayStation 3. But I'm just naming off shooters for now. I mean, there's a lot of good shooters out there, but Battlefield 3 looks very realistic. I've watched, if you guys ever watched G4, you know, X-Play, they do video game stuff. I've watched a lot of stuff for Battlefield 3. It looks so realistic. Modern Warfare 3 does look realistic also. But that's going to be the answer for that. And a lot of people like Bad Company 2 because, you know, Modern Warfare 2 is starting to get modded at the end, and so many people would, especially with World at War 2. That's what happens once games start getting older and the new updated versions come out. But that's how we see how Modern Warfare 3 is going to be. For right now, I'm probably going to give Modern Warfare 3 at the moment. It would be a 4 out of 5. I want to be able to play it. Oh yeah, and I forgot to rate Madden for out of numbers. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I would give it a 5 out of 5, but there's still some things lacking in that. But that's what I'm looking forward to is Modern Warfare 3. Anything else you got to say, Sam?
Well, I'd probably give Modern Warfare 3, I'd say it's a good 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
And also Madden, I'd give that 4.5 out of 5 too. I got it and I actually liked it.
Yeah, and because you're not big on sports, so I mean, there's some you tried Madden 11 last year and that didn't work out. And you don't really play it as much because you have so many games over there. You know, Madden 12, it's probably the best game that's come out in a while. You know, anyway, Modern Warfare 3 is going to be great. It's going to be pretty awesome. We'll give you we're probably going to give you reviews about the DLC because I know you did some stuff for Escalation with Black Ops. So, but anyway, this is the S24 Sammy show. It's Cory and Sam. Hopefully we'll be bringing you some more news about video games in the near future.
Probably Battlefield 3.
Battlefield 3 is going to look very good.
Yeah, they came out with a beta, I think it was a couple days ago.
Yeah, they did. It looks very good. Anyway, we should probably talk about Gears of War 3 if you want also. That looks alright.
Yeah, it does look very good. I unfortunately wasn't able to get it.
I don't have it either. I've only played Gears of War 2 at Weston's house like once.
Yeah, Gears 2
it wasn't even
was
the
awesome.
campaign. Like I've never played any of the campaign at all. I play like the Horde mode or whatever. But I like that Beast mode. They can be able to play as monsters, which is cool. Which is also something like maybe you could play as zombies in a game. That'd be awesome too.
That would be cool.
Even though you're gonna be slow as hell. I mean, still. Anyway, that's how we think Modern Warfare 3 and all those other games are going to be. We'll be here in the near future, and this is S24 Sammy Show, and this is us signing off.
Bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a boss. Bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I play the shots. I